Hello and welcome everyone. This is Roost TV, but we are kicking off season one, round one of the ATR Oz Team Racing Series, GT3 series on ACC. So very nice to have everyone on board tonight. Looking forward to some good racing, I reckon. We've got a pretty big field. I think we've got 40 entrants by the looks of things. So quite a big field. Looking forward to getting into this one. We're going to be doing it around the Watkins Glen circuit, so 5.43 kilometres or 3.37 miles. Only 11 turns, but it's a tricky 11 turns, especially that first turn one. Up through the S's is generally flat out. Then we see a fair bit of action through what they call the inner loop, and then you're going down through the chute into the toe of the circuit, and then you've got that heel and a fast left-hander into a right-hander as the final turn. So that is the circuit. This is what it looks like right now as we go and have a look. So no surprise, but Vinny Kinnear is the first car out on circuit. Pretty much that's kind of Vinny's calling card, is to be the first one out on track. So it'll be a 20-minute qualifying session, and then that will be followed by a 65-minute race. So looking forward to this one. Hope everyone's had a good week. A nice way to cap off what might have been your first week back at work. It was certainly mine. A little bit painful, but we got there near the end. So hopefully we can have some good racing this evening as we have a look at all the cars across the field. As I mentioned, we've got 40 cars at the moment, which is awesome. Plenty of great liveries to have a look at as everyone gets acquainted with the circuit. Chris Wren, I see a fair few sort of familiar names, some names that I don't know, but this is looking pretty good. Harry Smiles in the Crime Burner entry. Rocky Bevis, part of the Bevis team there. Nice looking entry. Christian Wells. It's always the most exciting part when you kick off the season, isn't it? To see what liveries are kicking around. Rory Babby in the Good Smile Racing entry in the Lexus. I saw someone was trying to enter a Cortina, so I'm not too sure how they went with that, but we've got a few Lexuses. Lexuses in here. Lexus plural. John Zhu, expect to see him up the pointy end of the field. Renee Alice as well. Got a different name on my screen, but anyway. Darryl Lim as well. So plenty of cars out on circuit. It's only 5.43 kilometres, so it is a decent. It's a decent length track. But it's going to be pretty busy out there with 40 cars all trying to put down a fast lap. And I'm just trying to sort of catch up and see everyone across the field, and we'll start to see some times begin to filter through. Michael Azar is going to be the first driver in the 444 racing entry in the Aston Martin. Lovely sounding piece of machinery is the Aston. Making his way up to the inner loop. This right hand, left hand. I don't know. Sometimes they refer to it as the bus stop chicane. Depends, I guess, who's broadcasting it, right? Be our first time lap, so we'll stick with him for now as he makes his way through turn 7, the right hand of the toe. He heads down the hill now into a very tricky right-hander. The braking areas, quite tricky through there. You saw he had a little bit of understeer going through there. Then up to turn 9, this left-hander, another peculiar final corner. That's kind of it. I think that's how you sort of sum up this track. It is quite peculiar. But Michael is doing his best right now in the 444. Let's see what sort of time he lays down to begin proceedings. And it is a 1:45.292. 43.475 so far from this man here, Glory Bubby, in the number 47, the Good Smile entry. What about Skinny Luke? How's he going? Project Blackout entry, the 36. Another Aston Martin, so plenty of Aston Martins across the field. Got a good sort of spread of cars at the moment. What's he looking at? So 1:43.475. Babby's out there on another lap at the moment as well. Skinny Luke goes up into P2, so nice work from him. Here we go. Qualifying best. My apologies, haven't done this for a little while. Who else is out there on a lap? Smokin' Icarus is out there for the Alpha Pack Racing 222, another Lexus entry. He's so far sitting at a 1:44.3. What sort of time can he hit crossing the line? He's up a fair way. So, despite improving... he goes to P1. There you go, 43.442 is the best time. What about Nick Picken, Matic Racing, the number 67, Ford Mustang entry. We go on board with him. He's up by a decent chunk at the moment. Let's see what he can do as he crosses the line. Loses a little bit of time out of that final corner, so that sort of washes away the gains that he had on that lap. This is Matt Bursa for Matic Racing, the 66 entry, the Ford Mustang. Trying to get a little bit of a tow here from the car in front. I'm not too sure who that is, but Bursa moves up into P10, so nice work from him. Oh, I'm trying to get to you. Ryan Anderson, there we go, the Meatworks entry, the 98. It's got the flashing lights going. You need that around here with the amount of traffic you can see on the right hand side of the screen. That track is pretty full at the moment, so hard to get in a clean lap right now as Anderson moves up into P15. I think it's going to be a bit of a moving target as we go on with this session. This is Etch-a-Sketch, I like it, in the Nissan 386 entry. It's currently sitting in P6 right now, so Babby's leading the times. Icarus is in P2, Skinny Luke in P3. What about Philip Hamilton? Aston-ished and confused. Anyway, what can he do? Nothing confusing about his time right now. He goes up into P4. Nice work from him. Nick Picken, he's up by half a second. I'll get to some guys a little bit lower in the field and give you a bit of an update on some of those. I'm sure a name that many would be quite familiar with is just tugging in behind there. John Zhu, and he goes up into P4 straight away. So that's the sort of quality time that you expect from a driver like that. Here's Chris Hoffman for Hoff Racing, another Aston Martin. I seem to be attracted to the Aston Martins at the moment. Got a bit of a magnet on there. He's down there in P37. Huge field, awesome work, awesome turnout, great liveries as well. Fun stuff. So looking forward to seeing how it goes for 65 minutes in race spec. What about Andy Bear in the Bear entry, 168 Porsche, down there in P30. Babby's out there on a lap right now, so nearly half a second is the difference between he and Icarus. Skinny Luke 7/10 behind him. John Zoo's tied for the identical lap time as Skinny Luke, so 43.665. And what's Bear going to do? He moves up into 28th. Yeah, John Zoo out there right now, 4/10 up on his best lap. We're almost at exactly the halfway point, 20 minutes of qualifying. 2:04 has gone off. That's Gun Goo, Alpaca My Bags. Never fail to have a bit of a chuckle at that team name. What do we got here? Yeah, this is John Zoo, so as mentioned, up there in P4. This is looking like a pretty tidy lap. Well, it was looking like a tidy lap until that last corner. So he decides to bail on that one. Here is Noah Reynolds in the Fireball 13, the 133 Ferrari entry. Down there in 23rd. Where's my man Vinny Canero? He was out there first. Where is he shaking out? There he is, P22, just one ahead of Reynolds that we see on screen at the moment. He's 1.9 seconds off the pace. Babby's in the pits. Icarus is on a hot lap, but he's way down. Skinny Luke is down on his best time. He's 7/10 down off pole position. Zoo's in the pits. Newman is out there, but he's only marginally just up on his time. So just trying to concentrate on drivers that are taking big chunks out at the moment. There's not too many of them, just due, I think, to the status of the session being halfway through. People are happy with their banker laps so far, ramping up for that second part of this qualifying session to set a fast time for the 65-minute race coming up. It's round one of the Oz Team Racing GT3 series, doing 8 rounds fortnightly every Friday night. And I got to say, from a streaming perspective, that is quite enjoyable. So here's Rocky Bevis. Hayden Bevis. I think it's father-son. Bevis moves up into P5. There we go. That's not surprising to see him up there. Here's Chris Wren, BOW Racing, the 291 entry, the Ferrari. Very nicely turned out car. Bendy's Travel Adventure. Bendy's Travel Adventures. Go Ben. There you go. Sorry, I was just trying to wrap my head around that username, but that's all good. Flick over to Barnett first, because he moves up into P25. We'll go back to Wren. He's going to move up significantly. He goes up into P11, 9 spots up. Here's Reynolds. My apologies, I did butcher that. Bendy's Travel Adventures, so it makes a lot more sense now that I said it nice and slowly. Noah Reynolds, he moves up into P8. Nice work from him. What about Craig Gallagher, Garage 84? So that's the in-game entry. Nice looking Ford though, isn't it? Got the Monster Energy logo on the side, and they're in 24th. So big guns are not necessarily firing right now. Babby and Icarus just circulating. Luke in the pits. Zoo is on a lap. He's only just started though. Bevis is a 10th up, but it's quite a sizable gap between P1 and P2. Number 47, Babby, 4.5 tenths the difference between P1 and P2 right now. So he's got that pretty wrapped up. Luke and Zoo still can't be separated. Here comes Bevis. Improves his time, goes to the second row of the grid. P3, nice work, Lucky Bevis. Here's Simon Phillips in the Meatworks entry. Just scanning to see if anyone's picking up big chunks of time. Not quite at the moment. So Babby and Icarus both out there. Bevis continued on from his previous lap. Here's Zoo again. Number 45 in the Lamborghini. About 5 Lamborghinis in the field this evening. He's looking quite nice. So he's tied with Skinny Luke right now for the time of 1:43.665. So he will be looking to try and improve on that. At the moment, he's 3/10 up. We saw him do this last time, and he lost it at the last corner. Not looking like that this time. Beautiful, beautiful corner, last final turn. And the 45 goes up into P2. Just under 3.5 off. P1, Babby, who's out there, who's beginning a fast lap right now. Bevis is on a hot lap. He's not going to improve at this stage. Hayden Bevis, though, he's going to improve. He goes up into P22. So nice work there from Hayden Bevis. Here's Craig Gallagher. He's not going to improve on his time, unfortunately. He's about a second down. We've got just a tick over 5 minutes remaining. So it is getting to the pointy end of this session. What have we got here? Etch-a-Sketch. Etch-a-Sketch. 386. Number 386 in the Nissan. 9.5 off. P1 is only 7/1000th though. Off P13. Occupied by Phillips. And he's not going to improve on that at this stage. So he will remain right there. So Zoo is out there. He's 6/10 down on his best time. So he's not going to improve his lap very much at this stage. Got a lot of ground to make up. What's wrong with number 97? Down there, not too sure. A lot of action to follow. Here's Babby though. He is almost, he was about 0.5 up on his best time. To go on board with him, listening to that beautiful note of the V8 in the Lexus. He's just ragging that thing right now. Lovely, and he's going to go a 10 faster than his previous pole time. So a 42.860 is the best time of the session. So he just extends his lead a little bit more. Etch-a-Sketch is out there as well. We'll get back to him in a moment. Here's a cash tenner. Glory's number 1, 247 Ferrari entry. 7/10 up on his best time. He's down there in P36. So trying to cover everyone in the field. Where does he move up to? He lost that truckload of time in that final turn. So we've seen a couple of cars come unstuck through there. Here's Jamin Morosk. My apologies if I've absolutely butchered that. Here's Renee Alice, or Renee Gracie. It's Gracie. It says on the screen there in P8, 4.5 up. So that would get him sniffing, or her, Renee, sniffing around the front row of the grid, and goes up into P2. Nice work. The number 1 entry, almost number 1, 4.5 off it though at the moment. So Baby's got it locked away right now. Wait to see if he can continue that on. What about Dylan Douglas? He's improving his time, so he moves from 32nd into 31st. Here's Nate James in another Mustang. So we're down to the last 2.5 minutes. I feel like we've had that yellow flag logo up there the whole time of this session. 40 cars out on track. Quite difficult to keep everything nice and clean. What's James going to do? So 3.5 up. Might get him close to the top 20, maybe 21st. 22nd. There you go. I was off by 1. Here we go. So Gracie. I'm just going to go by the screen name Gracie because that's what you guys can see. But if you see the bottom right hand corner, it's Renee Alice. So I don't know. So we'll just go Gracie because there's more of them. So Gracie is P2 right now, 4.5 down. Zoo is out there with 1:30 remaining. He's about halfway through his lap, so he'll get another crack at it if he wants. So will Gracie. So Gracie is improving by about 0.5. That's not enough because he's 0.5 second off. And at the end of the day, he only just marginally improves by the barest of margins. Ben Hederman, the faster, harder scooter. Right. He is there in P4 right now, the number 61. Got kind of like a Penrite Oils livery kind of vibe about it. Final minute of this session, 3/10 up. That would be good enough to grab front row. Will he be able to hold on to it? He does! P2, so Hederman, number 61. Nice work from him. Here's Zoo. He doesn't improve enough, so he remains in P4. Babby is out there, 3/10 down on his best time. Did I see someone quickly jump to the top of the times there almost? No, not too sure. Anyway, here's Bevis. Alana Betts. So I assume she is cheering on... I'm not too sure who she'd be cheering on. But anyway, here's Lucky Bevis. Cars have sort of started to leave the circuit as we've gone 000. So this is it for this session. And Bevis not going to improve on his time. So P6 for now. Bursa is behind him. He is improving. And he would be improved enough to go up into P6 as it stands right now. But he's got about a third of this track to still go. Wells, on the other hand, he remains in P20. He's bare. So we saw the Porsche earlier on. He's down there in 33. I don't think he's going to improve on his time. He's not. And then Anderson as well. Down there in... This is the time that I want to have a quick look at, though. Oh, so Icarus, yeah, he's done. Bursa is the other one who's got any real bearing on all of this, as does Anderson. So we'll follow along. Harnett in the Team Kiwi Racing entry. I like that livery in the Lamborghini. There's a couple of Lamborghinis there in 29 and 30. And, ooh, a little bit of a... that's Bursa. So Bursa's in P7, and Anderson, he improves his time to go up into P17, and then Hannah is out there as well. So that, oh my goodness gracious, that's that was good. It was action constantly for 20 minutes. I feel like I'm almost out of breath. That was fun, but it was Babby who sits atop a 42.860. So a cracking time. He was 3/10 closer to his closest competitor, which was Hederman in the 61 there. Gracie in P3 as well. And the rest of the grid we'll get to very shortly. So I'll take a quick little break. Be back in like a minute to get this thing underway. All right, we are back. So, what is... Just trying to see what the race setup is. ACC series schedule. Here we go.
30 seconds.
Where are we? Round one. Oh, so tyres unlimited. Mandatory pit, yes.
20 seconds.
For fuel. There you go. So there is a mandatory pit for fuel. Yeah. So there you go. So mandatory pit for fuel. They were trying to simulate the track temperatures the same as the real life. The only problem with that is it's very cold in Northern America right now. So Yeah, a little bit tricky Northern Hemisphere weather conditions for Southern Hemisphere, but track temperatures 22 degrees, quite nice, 16 degrees air temperature. And we've got Gracie in the pits, so I'm not too sure what's happened to the number 1 BMW there, but finds itself in the pits right now. So that is qualified P3. So it's a bit of an issue there. They're going to have to fight their way back through a substantially large field as well. As we'll go to the Halley cam. Now I've got the replay button ready. There we go. And looks like Babby got a really good start. It's Hederman in there going down the inside. Down, wrong one. A bit of action here at the back of the field. I'll just try and catch as much of it as I possibly can, but it looks like a relatively clean start for everyone. Babby already showing a clean pair of heels. We've got some issues in the back here. I think it's the 60. Oh dear, what has happened here? Alright, let's go to the replay and see if we can find out. So this is the 69. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. That is ginormous. And to be fair, not necessarily unexpected given the absolutely monster size of the field. And the 951, who is that right at the back? That's Harnett in the Team Kiwi Racing entry. So, yeah, big incident there. Not to be unexpected, but still sort of going at the front right now. So mandatory pit stop. There's some risers and fallers, and I dare say there's going to be action from start to finish during this race, and it's going to be bloody hard keeping up with it, but we'll focus on the front for now. So Babby leading the way. We've got Hederman, Zoo, Icarus and Bevis. That's your top 5 right now as they're making their way through the final turn. Vinny Canero down there in P number 10. We're going to have a flurry of pit action as well, I dare say, after that incident up through what was turn 3. Anderson coming into the pits, Azar, Miles. Have a look at them all. They're all filing in. This is like a NASCAR race at the moment. So they're all making their way into the pits. Gabby's already opened up a 1.4 second lead. And that was Icarus just getting the move done there on the 45 of Zoo. So I've just caught the last remaining parts of that. We'll go back to live action in a moment. And there we go. We're back. This will be a good little battle, actually, between these two. Lots of battles forming across the field, but we'll just go to have a look at the pits. There's everyone in there. Have a look at them all. There is about 11 cars in the pits right now. So that's about how, you can tell that's about how many cars were involved in that one incident there. So they've got plenty of work to do in this one. Just checking in on Gracie. Started from pit lane, already moved up into P19. So qualified P3. Keep an eye on the number 1 as that BMW moves through the field. Back to this gaggle of cars here of Bank, Hamilton, Picken and Canero down there in 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So good battle going on between that group of cars right now. That was Christopher Wren, I think. Chris Wren, yep. Just trying to sort of hang on to the back of that little pack there. And looks like Icarus and Hederman making contact there at the chicane. And it was Icarus who's come off second best. Let's go have a look at the replay. We'll stick with the external cam, side by side. The Aston Martin doesn't really give way, neither driver gives in, and at the end of the day, 2 go in, 1 comes out, and Icarus now dropped down into P number 11. So, we come back to live action. We got Zoo and Hederman. Bevis was in there as well. He manages to scoot through. Who was that? Was that Bank or Picken who got caught up there? Let's go to the replay. Oh, there it was right there. So, and then the then all the mayhem ensues after that. This is Zoo getting away. And we'll go back to live action right now. So, it's all going on. Skinny Luke down there into P number 8. So, action aplenty. Newman is in the pits right now. But it's this man, Babby, leading the way. 5.7 seconds is the gap between he and Lockie Bevis. So, big gap covering those guys. But then you have a look back. John Zoo, Bank, Hamilton, Picken, Kinero, Ren, and then Icarus as well. Icarus, Etch-a-Sketch, whatever it is. Smoking Icarus. I've got them mixed up. Anyway, they're all mixed in there as well. Icarus has definitely got pace in that car. Might be under a little bit of duress right now after his skirmishes earlier on. We've already seen action here at the inner loop. Nothing going this time. These guys holding off. We're only just over 6 minutes into this one, so we've had action aplenty so far. Another set of cars are in the pits. Skinny Luke, Steve Lee, Daniel Hudson, and Ben Hederman are all drivers that are out there right now. Craig Gallagher, he's dropped down from P15 to 16, so that's Gracie. So keeping an eye on him. Started from the pit lane. And looks like Nate James has just made a move on Tanner as well. So he's moved up into P13 there. And then Douglas in the Lamborghini. Where are you, Douglas? Yeah, there he is. He's tucked in behind the Lexus there as well. But this group of cars here looks like it's going to give us some pretty exciting viewing right now. With Bank, Hamilton, Picken, Kinero. Vinny Kinero there in the all-black livery. I think he just does that now. I think that's his vibe. Still got 3 cars in the pits. Lee, Hederman, and Y. And then Gracie just keeping an eye on the charge from the rear of the field. Takes another position. So car number 1, the BMW, now moved up into P14, 7/10 down from James. Then they're 7 seconds back from Douglas, so it might take a few laps to get up to Douglas. But keep an eye on number 1 right now. In fact, that's that BMW getting out of the way. Whoever that is, very, very sensible driving. Was it? Oh no, what's happened here? Smiles. Oh, that's the race leader coming through. What's happened here? Oh, just in the back there. Hitting the fence with the rear. Caught it too late to see. And then watch this. Oh, that is so close. That could have easily taken out Babby. That would have been game over. Gracie takes another one. Moves up into P13. Ren on Icarus. So I reckon Icarus has just got an ill-handling car right now. And he's lost a spot there to Chris Wren, 291. Moves up into P8, so sitting nice and snug in the top 10 right now. Traffic is going to be a big factor around here. We saw how busy it was during qualifying. So it will be quite the challenge for these guys out there. We've got 39 runners right now, so only one person has decided to leave. If we keep that level of nutrition up, it's going to be, traffic will play a very, very important part. What have we got? 15 degrees, air temperature, truck temperature 20 degrees. 47, so it is. The temperature will drop as we go along. Icarus makes it little bit of a dive down there through turn 1. That's Hederman. He's made the move on wide, but he's a lap car right now for Ren, and I think Ren has just decided to let him go. He's picking. He was side by side there. I think it was with Hamilton in that bright yellow Aston Martin. This is a good battle right now. What's happened to Douglas? He dropped down a handful of positions. You've got a bit of an issue here, Douglas. Oh, he's hit something. He's definitely hit something. Yeah. He's come into contact with something. Not too sure what it was. But yeah, we might see him making his way into the pits very, very shortly. Robbins and Anderson. Oh, Phillips is in there right now. Keep a track of this. You can see the blue flags there. It's being waved. So traffic already a factor. Only 10 minutes into this one. Let's have a look at Vinny Kinero. He is all over the back of Nick Pickett at the moment. So dive down through turn 1. It's got like a snap of oversteer. So there, at the apex of turn 1, there's like a dip in there. If you hit it at the wrong angle, it can cause the car to become quite unsettled. Let's go to Picken. Here we go. It's a long way around through there. That is... just trying to work out who's that Porsche. Is that John Zoo's in the... Oh, so it's Bank. Yeah, so he's in P4 outright. And then there's Hamilton in the Aston, Pickett in the Mustang, and Kinero in the Aston Martin. It caught me out there because it was two non-liveried cars that I knew that Vinny Kinero didn't have one, but obviously Bank doesn't have one either. This is the view from the rear wing of the number 33, the Red Bull Racing Porsche. Red Bull had their livery reveal today. So Douglas is kept out. That is Bear in the Porsche. This is 4 position. Going down the inside there of turn number 6, the chute. It's done. And this is Anderson and Luke going at it right now as well, 17th and 18th. So Bear completes that move, and so does Anderson. Luke not wanting to give that up, and he manages to get past now Skinny Luke. So he retakes P number 17. What is that? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway. What else we got here? So back to this battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. It's Hamilton in the Aston Martin. Picken to go around the outside. That's probably not the best camera angle for it. This one's much better. But the view for Picken doesn't necessarily change. He's got Kinero tucked in behind him as well. So it's a bit of an Aston Martin sandwich right now with the Ford meet in the middle of Picken. In the meantime, Babby is checked out. That's all lap traffic. So I think his biggest challenge is going to be dealing with lap traffic from the looks of things. Bevis is almost 9 seconds behind right now. Last lap time was a 44.687 to Babby, a 45.245, so 6/10 the difference between the two. So Babby is, the biggest challenge in front of him is going to be lapping traffic around here, and we're only almost 15 minutes into this one, so a long way still to go. You can see the marshal there, blue flags waving furiously. Back to this battle on circuit as Douglas finally submits. He pitted and he has decided that was all done and dusted. So what else do we have? Wells and Hoffman, they had an overtake. Whiteman got through while Douglas was in the pits. He moves up into P22, and then Andy Bear again. So I'll sort of come back. This is like my comfort battle right now, because these are the closest cars on circuit, giving the best entertainment. The rest of the field relatively spread out right now. Like I said, Babby, 9.3 seconds is the gap between he and Bevis. John Zhu is catching Hayden Bevis though. Lucky Bevis at the moment. I'll keep a very, very close eye on his progress. And another car that we're keeping an eye on the progress, we'll just shoot across now, is Gracie, the number 1 BMW. Move themselves up into P10. Big challenge now is to get to Ren. Ren is 10 seconds down the track, but he was lapping 1.5 seconds faster than number 1 last time. So Ren should be in his vision in the next few laps. As 84, Gallagher, what has happened to him? Oh, that's the Nissan behind him. Is that Etch-a-Sketch? Oh, he's just lost it by himself. Oi, big hit. Oi. Yeah, that wouldn't have felt very nice. As we go back to live images. There we go. Oh, and Tank and Hamilton. Have a look at all these cars here. So that is the Porsche Bank. What's happened here? Has he decided to pull out? What's happened? This is the replay. Goes down the inside. Has he running out of fuel or something? Not too sure. Or was it maybe a technical issue maybe? Because he's back up and running. So maybe he had some equipment issues. Kinero has lost a spot. So has Icarus. So Picken has managed to get through. And Nick Picken has moved himself up into P number 5. Have a look at Icarus though, trying to put some pressure on out of the back straight into the inner loop. And as I mentioned before, so Zhu is all over the back now of Bevis. So you feel like it's only a matter of time before Bevis is overtaken here. No disrespect to Lucky Bevis. Just going off the lap times. His last one was a 47.5. Zhu did a 46.1. So 1.5 seconds faster than the previous lap. Makes me think we should see an overtake quite imminently. In the meantime though, Hayden Bevis, the other Bevis, he makes an overtake. Here we go, got to catch the very tail end of it. Nice clean move here into the inner loop, gets it done. Shows him a clean pair of heels. And Hayden Bevis has moved up into P11. Nice work as we go back to live images. Zhu not able to get past just yet. Icarus, on the other hand, is all over the back of Nick Picken. Nice work there through turn 1. And he is going to get it done. So Smoking Icarus, 222, moves up into P5 with quite a tidy move. Picken immediately under attack from Vinny Canero. Right on his bumper, you can see here. Looking to go down the inside, just showed the nose, just trying to pressure him into a mistake. But Picken able to hold his nerve and hold on to P6 for now. That was some really, really top-notch racing. Bear has made another move. So Andy Bear in the 168 Porsche moved himself up into P12. He's making some nice progress at the moment. Vinny Canero is wanting to make some progress. Going to try to go around the outside of the toe. That's the long way around there. It gets a bit of drifting through there. Oh, who is that? It's the 99. That's Oliver. H. Oliver, box sim racing down there. So that's the view from the cockpit. Nice spin move. And away he goes. Zoo back on it now. He drifted out to almost a second between him and Bevis. But looking to just show down the inside there. Bevis putting up a good fight right now. Will we see another move into the inner loop off the back straight as we did on the previous loop. Stay on board with him. Lamborghini versus McLaren right now. Oh, not able to get it done. Nice driving there from Lockie Bevis as well to defend. Defending for his life right now. Oh, what's happened? So Hamilton has been passed by Icarus. Here we go, round the outside. So while we were watching Zoo and Bevis go at it, this is what we missed. So nice work there from Icarus, Smoking Icarus in the 222. Moves up into P4, back to Zoo. So what have we been going? 20 minutes. 20 minutes so far, just to tick over. And this is a good battle. This is a case of it's one thing to catch someone, but it is another thing to pass them. And John Zoo is finding himself in that very scenario right now. And Vinny Canero also in that situation. 5:35, so track temperature's dropped a couple of degrees. So is the air temperature. So it's a crisp 14 degrees, 18 degrees track temperature. So pit stops will be still a little while off, I reckon. Sometimes we'll need to be pairing pressures and whatnot to make sure that they're accommodating for the lower temperature circuit, as Gallagher and Hoffman have swapped positions. What about Etch-a-Sketch? Down there in 25th. This is 4th position right now. He's all over the back of Y in the 203, the BMW. These guys are scrapping it out for 26th and 27th right now. There's nothing going on right now. Let's go have a look at Zoo though. So this is what I wanted to check out. He and Lockie Bevis going at it. To Lockie Bevis's credit, he's driven magnificently. Being able to defend and keep the faster car behind him right now. The art of defence is being put on full display right now by the 474 McLaren. Just up ahead. And John Zoo is going to have to figure it out how to get past. Picken trying to do just that with Hamilton right now to no success. And now he's coming under some more intense pressure from Vinny Canero. Pack starting to sort of condense up again. Car 69. Who is that? That's Lee. Oh, that is... he's teleported back to the pits, so that's alright. Hederman gets past Douglas. And Zoo still finds himself behind the rear wing of 474. All the while, this man here, Babby, is absolutely flying. 13 seconds is the gap between he and Lockie Bevis. So the number 47 Good Smile Racing Lexus is doing that, doing exactly that right now. Would be smiling ear to ear. Would be very, very happy with how the first 25 minutes have gone. John Zoo, wouldn't be smiling necessarily. Let's go on board with him. Let's see what he saw. Oh, was there a little bit of sort of aero wash from the car in front? Hit that bump. Oh, woo! Definitely not a smile on his face. Something a little bit different, I would expect. So Ren's dropped down a couple of spots. One of the cars that made up that spot was Gracie. So he's now moved up into P9, so right on the bumper of Bank in that Porsche. I think had some technical difficulties earlier on. Skinny Luke and James, number 6, having a good battle down there in 13th and 14th. And Zoo, with that mistake, has just dropped back a little bit. So 1.4 seconds is the gap now between he and Bevis. So all of that hard work that he'd done, he is going to have to regather that up. And Bevis is going to have a little bit of a breather. He's got some traffic up ahead of him right now. Blue flags being waved, you can see there. So we'll head on over to Kinero and Picken for now. They head down the front straight into the right-hander, turn 1. And it's another right-hander, turn 2. And they go up the hill, absolutely flat out through here. Almost. Track temperature down another degree, 17. Air temperature 14. A little bit more traffic up through here. Not too sure who that McLaren is. Does a good job getting out of the way, Kinero. Bit of a snap oversteer. So it is all systems go right now. This is Kevin Harnett. Team Kiwi Racing entry. I reckon that's a scheduled stop for him because he doesn't look particularly damaged. Has been in the pits already this evening. Oh, Smoking Icarus been putting in some smoking times. Has John Zoo got an issue here? Because Icarus just driving past him right now down the main straight. Last lap around, Icarus did a 45.490. Zoo did a 47 flat. So does he have a little bit of damage there? Has he hit something along the way that we haven't seen? I'm not too sure. Vinny Kinero, he's decided to make his pit stop. This will give us a bit of data and intel on how long the stop is going to take around here. So once he gets out, I'll give you that number. But yeah, Zoo just maybe a little bit of fuel saving perhaps. I'm not too sure. What are we? Almost half an hour into the race. So you'd be thinking... you should see most pit stops happening within the next over the next 10-minute window. You'd think Zoo going down the inside. I reckon he's just had a bit of a bad lap somewhere along the way, and then he's been able to take that back from Smoking Icarus. So no issues. I just think he's had a little moment somewhere along the journey. All good news for this man though, Lockie Bevis. So he's driving a fantastic race right now. He started in... where did he start? Ah, here we go. So Lockie Bevis, he started in P6. So he's had a great race right now. The biggest risers, Hayden Bevis is one of the biggest risers. Up 14 spots right now from P24. It's sitting in 10th. This man here, the car behind him, Andy Bear, up 11 spots, up 33 spots. Started in P22, is in P11. Akash Tanner, started in 36th in P15, 21 spots. Dylan Douglas, he's up 13 spots. So some big rises. We've also had some big fallers, unfortunately. Matt Bursa, he's dropped 25 positions. He's pitted twice already. And Noah Reynolds, he's dropped 24 positions down there in 26th right now. So a bit of a rough race for some of those. Here's Gracie. He gets past Bank. So I told you to look out for this car after you had to start in pit lane. And I tell you what, the number one has driven like a number one this evening. Fantastic effort. Started at the rear of the grid in the pit lane. Currently finds itself in P7 right now. So fantastic stuff. 13.9 seconds down the road from Picken. Was lapping 6/10 slower than Picken on that previous lap as well. Might have had a little bit of traffic in there too, so has a little bit of work to do to catch this man on screen who's trying to do exactly that with Hamilton, that yellow Aston Martin in front of him, the number 17. He started, Hamilton, he started in 11, so he's up 6 spots. Picken's up 7 spots. So Icarus is in the pits, making his way in there. Vinny Quinero, 1 minute 7 seconds. Looks like it could be the par time for the evening. Yeah, 1 minute total pit stop. 1 minute 7 was Vinny Quinero. Other cars have stopped. Sort of 43. Tanner. Anderson, 1 minute 19. 1 minute 18. Douglas did a minute 4. Yeah, it seems like about a minute 4 to a minute 7 seems to be about on the money. Gracie did a minute 9, so Icarus has been in there right now for 55 seconds. I think that will give us a bit more of a better indication once the 222 is out of the pits, and that is now, so a minute 5. So there you go. So a minute 7, a minute 4 to a minute 7 seems about the amount of time you're going to lose in the pits this evening. Well, Douglas and Phillips going at it. So it's Phillips in the Lexus. Let's have a look at that one again, how that's come about. So we're on board with Douglas and then Phillips going down the inside there, nice and tidy. That's the job done. So moves up into P number 19. So big chunk of the field has stopped already. Let's see. Yeah, so from 14th down have all stopped. And so of the top 14, you can see there. So of the top 14, what is it? Only 2 still have stopped. The rest will need to stop. So the top 14 all going a lot longer. And everyone else right now, we're almost 35 minutes into this one. So we're roughly over, just over the halfway mark. And it has been Babby for the majority of the way. It's Skinny Luke gets the move done on Bear, who almost comes undone there through turn 1. We'll have a quick look at this one again. Pretty textbook stuff, this. Nice work there from Skinny Luke. And he moves up into P number 9. Go back to Picken and Hamilton. So race has definitely settled down significantly after the quite a hectic start. Big incident involving about 10 or 11 cars on the opening lap there. It was carnage, and since then though, driving stand's been pretty good, I reckon. Anyway, that's from my perspective, having not seen every single little thing, but nice move there from Noah Reynolds down the inside. Pretty textbook stuff. 6:26 p.m. So sun starting to set right now. Track temperature almost matching air temperature. So 15 degrees on track, 13 degrees air temperature. These guys at the front, things will probably start to be feeling a lot more uncomfortable than it was in the beginning. They'll have less fuel in the car. Those tyres will have seen better days, and track temperature certainly not going to be gripping up. Still at optimum though, but yeah, the cooler temperatures will be presenting their own particular challenge. But it's been all Babby from the get-go. He's been the standout. He's 16.6 seconds ahead of Bevis. The challenge from Zoo's really dissipated on Bevis as well. So 2.3 seconds the gap. So I apologise, Lucky Bevis. I said that an overtake was imminent from Zoo, and I was only basing that on the data that I had in front of me. But the numbers don't always tell the full story, and I apologise. So Lucky Bevis doing a fantastic job there. Hayden Bevis up there in P11 right now. We'll flick over to him. He's fending off Smoking Icarus. And I think we're going to get some nighttime racing as well, by judging by the progression. Time progression, 6:32 p.m. And we're just only took over halfway. It's going to be a dark finish, which is always exciting. We get some nice sunset shots. Ah, who is that? That is number 87. That is Phillips. No, it's not. 787. Had it a little bit right. Was one number wrong. I only have two numbers, not three numbers. So Hoffman is back underway, and I'm not too sure. They're Smoking Icarus. That livery's kind of got like a Need for Speed kind of vibe about it. I don't mind it. I like it. Sort of like a glacial sort of alpha pack racing. Everything's alpha these days, isn't it? Alpha and beta and to look for that. Yeah, so he gets another move past Bear. I like Andy Bear. He's a trier, this guy. I like him. Where did he qualify? P33. Up there in P11. He hasn't pitted yet, but still, he's trying hard. He's trying hard, Andy Bear. I like it. I like just the simple livery as well. Nice colour scheme there. Just the sky blue with some red. It's got kind of like a bit of a golf racing, kind of martini racing kind of vibe about it. I like it. I dig it. Headlights on cars, we can see starting to become more prominent as well. Still 27 and a half minutes to go though. So plenty of time left in this one. We're on the other side of it though. These guys have been going at it for a fair while now as well. Hamilton and Pickett. Hamilton last lap, 45.5, 45.6 to Pickett. Oh, Hamilton. Now this is not full position, this is a lapped car. That's the 99. And so did Pickett get through there as well? I think he did. Who is that? Now is that that's Hedison. That's Hedderman. That's Hedderman. So he's a lap down. He did qualify quite high though, Hedderman. Where did he qualify? He qualified second. There you go. So he is. He got caught up in the lap one dramas. No, he got caught up in a separate incident with I think it was Bazoo at the inner loop. So yeah, there he goes. He's off and into the pits. No, it's Pickett. So Hamilton is going to have to motor here to try and hold his place. Will he respond? Will he try and stretch it out? I don't think he would have much further to stretch though. That's the only thing. So he's going to have to put in a pretty good lap. And he's got Hederman, who's going to be pressuring the whole way. Hederman's not going to give him an inch. You want to unlap himself. And it's not Hayden Bevis. Is it another Bevis in the foreground? Oh, what are you doing, Nick? I think it is. I think it's Hayden Bevis. Yeah, it is. There you go. So he has pitted right now. Has Hayden Bevis. I think not too long ago, in fact. Picken still in the pits. What's he at now? 55 seconds. Let's see what he gets to. A minute. Was it Icarus or something like that? Yeah, minute 5. There you go. Minute 5. See, Luke's last pit stop was only 45 seconds. Vinny Canero gets past Bear. So Canero had made his pit stop. So, yeah, Bear just using that position. He's yet to pit. Along with P1 to P7. And James behind him. Canero, track temperature now 13 degrees. It is in alignment with the outdoor temperature. Air temperature, 13s all around, 2 kilometre wind, but it's got clear conditions though, so no weather coming in, by the looks of things anyway. We'll have 24 minutes of good racing ahead. And what I'll do is, we haven't seen too much of Babby. Been the class of the field. He's ran. I'm still thinking more Hamilton. He needs to pit. He was battling it out with Icarus. What's the difference between those two? It is it's 57 seconds, so I don't think he's going to be able to cover him off, Hamilton, because you need a minute, at least a minute 5. And then Zoo is starting to make up some ground on Bevis as well. So he's closed within a second. So I wonder if he was just pacing himself. Zoo, perhaps just conceding that he wasn't going to be able to catch Babby, and thought, I don't want to, press my luck too much in a 40 car field. Don't want to burn my tyres out, and don't want to drive the car to force myself into a mistake, and was just happy to cruise along there for a little while. Or maybe not. 46.3 on that last lap. Bevis did a 45.5. So Lockie Bevis is just continuously making me eat my words right now. I feel rather silly, but that's them's the breaks, right? Alright, what's Hamilton going to do? He's going to go for another lap. All these guys are going for another lap. So we've only got 7 cars that haven't pitted yet. Babby, Bevis, Zoo, Hamilton, Gracie, Bank. Look at Gracie, P5. He's 10 seconds off these guys right now. Hederman, car behind at the moment. He is trying to unlap himself. He's down there in 17th position at the moment. And just a quick over to Shane Robbins. I don't think I've seen him or mentioned his name this evening. He's all over the back of Anderson in the number 98 Lexus. They're making their way out of the chute into the toe and along the straight of the boot. And I think he's going to get it done here. Goes down the inside, V8 versus V8. And this time it's the Ford that wins the battle. Nice work there from Shane Robbins. Good clean pass. Like I said, I think the quality of the driving has been quite good tonight. I know, besides the big 11 car pile up at the beginning, but you get that. You get that with a 40 car field around a 5.5 kilometre circuit. on a Friday night as well, you know, maybe people had a few drinks after work. Hamilton going around again. So all the top 6 are, in fact, Gracie and Bank will be the next one. So able to stretch their fuel mileage to the maximum. And then Zoo, 2.2 seconds, so 45.9 to a 45.5. So Lucky Bevis has legitimate pace here. Has very legitimate pace. Gracie, 45.2 that last lap. Smoking Icarus, 44.3. But down there in P7. So, yeah, and he's 37 seconds away from Bank. And Bank has not made a pit stop yet, so I'll tell you what, Icarus, he's looking good right now. Smoking Icarus, he's looking good in the 222. He's pumping in some fast lap times, 44.5 on that previous trip, around a minute 23 off. So yeah, he is. Woo! He's going to be up there. He's going to be at the front of the field when the whips are cracking here. After these pit stops are filtered out, keep an eye on number 222. He's flying right now. 44.5. Kinera did a 44.4 that last lap. Picken did a 44.2. Not many other cars in the 44s right now, including the top 5, 6 cars, in fact. They all did a minute. Best time they did was a 45.2. So that's 7/10 slower than the 222. Hamilton going to go around again. He's got one of these guys driving on fuel mode 4 or something right now, but still cranking in fast times. Now, that does change the calculations completely as well, because they're not going to need to take as much fuel. They will need to do tyres, though, I believe. It's mandatory pit. Oh, just mandatory fuel, I think. Yeah, unlimited tyres, mandatory fuel. So it's going to be splash and dash. Alright, I might have got a little bit too excited there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They still got to nail their pit stops as well. Track temperature drops another degree now as well. Getting cold, 12 degrees. That's air and track temperature once again matching and dropping a degree. Darkness starting to descend over the circuit as well, so headlights becoming much more prominent, seeing the reflection on the road in front of them. Is Picken. He makes up a spot on Ren. Nice work from Picken. Moves up into P number 10. Started in 13th, so he's moved up 3 spots there. Top 6 yet to pit. Zoot just can't quite seem to. He has up and down laps. His previous one before this was a 45 flat. This is a 45.4. Bevis did a 45.9, and Gabby did a 45 flat that previous lap. But I think the most pressing thing is that they've all gone another lap. As Robbins and Bear, they're fighting it out for P14 and 15. And Bear is able to retake that. So I hadn't seen much of Shane Robbins until only a few minutes ago, but seeing a bit more of him now. He is all over the back of Bear. So they go into the inner loop. And yeah, nothing doing there right now. So the story of the race, Babby, has been head and shoulders above the rest of the field. A massive gap, 22.8 seconds. Lucky Bevis, he started in P6 up into second right now. Had a great battle with Zoo earlier on and has absolutely held his own. Doing a fantastic job at the moment. Second down the truck, well, they made that 8/10 now, is Zoo. So you can see what the gap is between those two. So it's sort of, it's fluctuating over the last sort of, I don't know, half an hour or so. Hamilton, he's 8 seconds adrift of these two. So this is the battle for the final podium positions. Babby is right now occupying P1. It's a nice sight, isn't it? 12 degrees still. If only it was like, if I wasn't pumping you with the temperature, you can say, oh, it's a nice summer's evening. Here's Hamilton. He's making his pit stop. Who else was that in there with him as well? That was Steve Lee. But more importantly, yeah, Philip Hamilton, one of the front runners, running in the top 5. He is finally making his stop there. Let's stick with him. He's got to hit it. This is pressure. This is going to be just a splash and dash here. With 15 minutes left. Let's see if it is. Waiting. Oh, it's not enough. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Splash and dash. Gets it going. And away he goes. Where's Icarus? Oh, here's Hamilton. Icarus has got traffic. And that's Hamilton now coming out. That wasn't Icarus. This is Icarus here. That was a Nissan behind Hamilton. Very, very similar colour though, that Nissan. But Icarus, 8 seconds the gap between he and Hamilton, P6 and P7. How long was that stop? That stop for Hamilton was 40 seconds. There you go. So about 25 seconds faster than guys who had previously pitted and obviously taken tyres in that amount of time as well. So that is obviously the trade-off there. Is I think Icarus, he would have taken, he would have definitely taken tyres. So he's going to have fresher tyres compared to Hamilton, but not that necessarily that fresh. He pitted 20 minutes ago, so still not too bad. 20-minute-old tyres versus what? 52-minute-old tyres. That is going to be a good fight to keep an eye on. It's currently 7 seconds right now as we speak. In the meantime, though, here we go. John Zhu. I reckon he's just keeping himself in check the whole race. Just driving well within himself, knowing that when it comes money time, he's going to be there ready to pounce. And Lucky Bevis is going to have to continue some of that awesome defending that we saw earlier. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So this is going to be a good fun 12 and a half minutes. Watching these two go at it. They have been squabbling for the majority of this race. So Gabby Bevisu, Gracie Bank, all still needing to pit. Around about 40 seconds. Hamilton, so he is 24 seconds off. So I don't know, you think about each lap that goes by, 40 seconds of the lap ago. Oi, John Zhu. Bit of a slide there out of the final corner. You would think that with every lap that goes on, I don't know how much time would that save in the pit stop. Maybe 1 to 2 seconds, maybe. Maybe a bit more, I'm not too sure. Then if we go maybe like 2 seconds, that's 38 seconds. Have a look at the first driver there. It's 25 seconds between Hamilton and Bank, and it is 25-41 between Hamilton and Gracie. So Gracie's driven a fantastic race, started from the pit lane up there in P4. He's 17 seconds. Renee, I don't know if it's a he or a she, right? So I'm just going to refer to them as they. 17 seconds from Zoo at the moment. It's been a fun race. This is good stuff. We've got 7 more rounds of this. Looking forward to it. Yeah, let's stick with these guys. When's Gabby going to come in? He's coming towards the end of his lap right now. The number 47, we'll check him out on the tracker. Is he going to come into the pits? No, he's not. My goodness. Going 45 plus minutes. No, 55. 45 plus minutes. Yeah, good stuff. Alright, what are these two going to do? They're going to have to pit eventually. And I'm sure most people watching realise how bloody hard this is to do in terms of your fuel saving for this. You know, you're not necessarily fuel saving, but you're monitoring your fuel pretty bloody closely to run as long as you can while still keeping up the pace. Like that in itself right there is an art form. You know, like that is bloody hard to do. Really, really hard to do. But these guys making it look quite easy right now, putting all of their experience into action. 11 degrees now, the track temperature, less than 10 minutes remaining. 7:52 local time. What have we got here? Tanner and Robbins still going at it as well. And we're just holding off on the final pit stops, which I get the feeling. I want it to be exciting, but I don't think it's going to be exciting until the end here. It's going to be, they'll just go bang, 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 bang. They'll all pit, splash and dash. Off they go. I could be wrong. But, and I hope I am. But Zoo continuing to pour the pressure on Bevis, though, who's done fantastically well. Great drive from Lucky Bevis. Started in 6th, sits in 2nd. Been in 2nd for a large majority of the time. Babby goes around another time. What's Bevis and Zoo? And they're going to go around again. Gracie. A lot of traffic going on. That's Bear ahead. This is not 4th position. That BMW. What's happened here? Oh, James has gone into the pits. That BMW, was it Y? I don't think it was. No. Well, here we go. The rear bumper of Bevis. Bevis lit up with the front lights of John Zoo. Not able to get through there this time. Has been the case on quite a number of times. Phillips and Bear, they swap positions. Oh, I love a bit of night racing, the reflections off the cars. Fantastic. Some other action going on in the rear of the field. This is Kinero. What happened to Icarus and Hamilton? So 3.7 seconds is the gap. It was at about 8 seconds once Hamilton pitted. That was 7.5 minutes ago at 3.7 seconds. That's going to be super tight at the end of the race between those two. Hamilton did a 45.5. Icarus did a 44.6 on that previous lap. Babby has gone around again, as has Bevis, as has Zoo. What is Gracie going to do? He's going to go around again. Yeah, he is. Away he goes. And Tarab Bank as well. Off he goes. He's had a good race as well, hasn't he, Bank? He's been alright. He's been running top 5 for a large majority. He started P14 up 9 spots into 5th, so he's had a really good race. Vinny Kinero, he's up 10 spots from 19th to 9th, and Bear up 20 spots from 33rd to number P13. So that's good stuff. How many we got left? 37. That's a very good attrition rate. 37. They started with 40. that's a sign of good things to come, you would think. We had the 11-car pile-up on lap 1. So, that is a decent whack into the wall. And that was Kinero. Let's go on board. Let's go on board with him. So he's a little bit loose on the entry, and then there's a bit of like a hip and shoulder, I reckon. AFL terms. Don't know what it would be in NRL. Oh, Babby is in the pits. Here we go. He's got to nail this. He had a massive gap though, so he does have a fair bit of leeway. What will the others do? Will they respond? No, they don't. So, this is exciting now, isn't it? 5 minutes to go. Bevis in the lead. Zoo in second. Babby. It's stop, drop, and go again. So he's in there. P3. Gracie coming through. Where's Babby? Gracie, Babby out in front. So that is fine. So Babby will slot back in there. P3 right now. But these two cars still need to pit. That's Bevis and Zoo. So this is exciting stuff. So the only remaining cars, the front two and 4 and 5. That's Gracie and Bank. Now Hamilton, he is 23 seconds. Babby was stopped for 40 seconds. So it doesn't really seem like there is much. Like these guys should have pitted earlier because it wasn't really going to cost you much more than 40 seconds. So the splash and dash going the absolute latest. How is that going to impact it? So, who still needs Bank? Bank still needs to pick. Yeah, so 23 seconds the difference. So Bank will drop down into probably P7. And Gracie, 40 seconds, 34. Yeah, he's going to have a bit of a slide. So I don't think that. Oh, here we go. So Lockie Bevis, he's in the pits. John Zoo, he goes through into P1. This is Babby coming through the final turn now. 3 minutes to go. And Bevis in the pits. So this is going to be roughly... So there goes Babby. Gracie goes through as well. Still needs to pit. Bank goes through... no, Bank is pitting. Hamilton is still up through turn 9 right now. Where are we? Lucky Bevis. So he's away and going again. How long was that stop? 37 seconds. There you go. So you save about 3 seconds. About 3 seconds a lap, roughly, at this stage of the race. Here comes Hamilton. So he will take... Oh, no! Stop, go, penalty, 30 seconds. Lucky Bevis. That would be speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that is absolutely brutal. Oh, that sucks, man. That really sucks for Lockie Bevis. He's had a phenomenal race. Phenomenal race. Almost the perfect race. He's driven phenomenal. That's brutal. That is brutal. Can't really say much more than that. So I think you got, if you don't serve it before the end of the race, it goes out to like 2 minutes or something, doesn't it? So he will have to serve that. That's stuffed his race basically. So Zoo is pitting. So a minute 25 remaining. About 37 seconds, 30, maybe 34 seconds will be this pit stop. Here comes Babby, so he retakes the lead.
Final lap. Give me the final push.
There we go. We've got the final lap indication on, and Gracie is not pitting. So number one, says that it has pitted already, but that was for the original when he started. So, Bevis, yeah, now he's going to serve his penalty. That is, he'd be kicking himself, poor bugger. So Zoo, he is now in P3. Gracie has still got the 1 next to his name. Well, the number 1 and the 1 in where everyone else has got a green box. So he is, he will drop down, whether it's wrong or right, the computer says no, basically. Bevis continuing to plummet down there in P10 right now. So we'll see what happens with Gracie at the end. But he's putting pressure right now on Babby. This will be interesting. An interesting sort of last third of the lap, if you like. But Babby has been streets ahead of the field in qualifying. He absolutely smashed him. And the race has been well under control by him pretty much from the get-go. And he's just coming out of 9 into the left-hander of turn 10. He'll make his way through the final right-hander, turn number 11. Nice work, Glory Babby. He's going to take victory round number 1 of the GT3 Series ACC ATR Racing. Nice work, Babby. Says Gracie's in P2, doesn't drop down. Oh, he gets yeah, there you go, 2-minute penalty next to his name. So that means that Zoo will move up into P number 2 as soon as he crosses the line. So well-deserved result for him. He would have fought it out with Bevis to the end there if it wasn't for his penalty. So he should move up into P number 2. Icarus is going to come home in P4, so he'll end up on the podium once all the standings get sorted out. So Smoking Icarus comes home in P4. P5 is Hamilton, only just though to Icarus. Here comes Skinny Luke. How many spots did he make up? 8 spots. There you go. He's 2 spots, sorry. Started in 8th, finished in 6th. Nice work there from Skinny Luke. He comes home in P6. P7, Bank, Vinny Kinero, Nick Picken in P number 9. 10th is going to be Chris Wren as he comes through turn 11. So nice work from him. He started in P15, up 5 spots. And unfortunately, Lockie Bevis will be the final car on the lead lap. He is going to come home in P11, but he'll probably go up a spot once it all gets sorted out. But congratulations to Glory Babby. Absolutely smashed him today. He was streaks ahead in qualifying and then really controlled that race right from the get-go. John Zhu, great race from him. Gracie, obviously, he qualified P3, started from pit lane. He didn't end up pitting. He's got the 130 seconds next to his name. John Zhu, great battle with he. There you go. It's all that's all sorted now. So where does Gracie end up? P11. There you go. Zhu, yeah, he had a great race with Lucky Bevis and then Smoking Icarus. Yeah, great drive from him. He started P5, ends up in P2. So biggest rises through the field. 2. Bear up 19 spots from P33, and it was Tanner as well. He was up 19 spots as well. But that is round number 1 in the books. That was fun. That was heaps of fun. I haven't organised for any post-race interviews, but we might just skip that tonight and we'll do that. We'll do that for the next one, I reckon, which is going to be on the 30th of January. That is going to be at Monza, so that is going to be quite exciting. If anything, like if tonight is anything to go by. So I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun from my end. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday evening. And I hope you have a great weekend as well. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks to do it all over again. When we go to Monza. All right, I'll see you then.